Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast, Echoes of the Classroom, where we travel through time to unpack how pedagogical thought has influenced the way we teach today. I'm Berenice, your host, and there will be joining us four amazing and fascinating people, uh, with each one of them representing an important era from ancient Greece to the to actual era. So please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am a psychologist and philosopher. Throughout my career, I have focused in ancient Greece.
Hello, I'm my father, Father Mario, and I'm expert on history, and I talk about in the Middle Age.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Mrs. Priscila Posada. I am expert in pedagogy and I talk about a specific in the industrial era.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Turrubiate. I'm pedagogue and I'm focused on the current era.
Okay, great. Okay, for the section number one, we have ontology and epistemology in pedagogy. So, Mrs. Tien, can you tell us what defined educational thinking in ancient Greece?
I know that in our time, the human being was seen as a rational creature, always in pursuit of truth. We believe that knowledge came through reason, like dialogue, observation, and philosophical reflection. And Socratic questioning was not just technique, it was how we uncovered meaning.
Okay. Father
Okay,
Mario?
for me, contrast that with the Middle Age, where all understanding began with God. The human being was God's creation, and knowledge followed from divine authority. Faith guided epistemology through thinkers like Thomas Aquinas began bleeding reason with beliefs.
The industrial era shifted gears. Humans were seen as productive and social beings. Science and employees became dominant. Schools were structured to create citizens and workers who relied on observable facts.
In my opinion, today we embrace complexity. Learners are active social and emotional beings, and for another hand, the constructivism and the socio-historical epistemologies guide us. We learn through the interaction, experience, and also through the context.
Yeah.
All right. So for the next section, number two, historical evolution of pedagogical thought. Let's move on to time. Mrs. Guillen, what are or who were the key figures in ancient Greece?
Yes, for me, is Socrates with his myotics and teaching by questioning because and Plato believed that education led us to the ideal realm because and also Aristotle grounded learning in ethics and politics. He thought that education should cultivate with virtue.
Okay, in my opinion, in the Middle Age, education was the church's domain. Thomas Aquinas brought together Greek logic with Christian faith thought. As Solocastim, we animated to save souls, not just shape minds.
Well, in my opinion, Fast forward to Russell, he said education should follow the child's nature. Then come Pestalozzi and forever emotion and play enter the picture. He introduced structure, objective, methods, evaluation, and he gave birth to didactics.
Okay. And in the current era, specifically in the 20th century, brought Freire's critical pedagogy, teaching has liberation. Piaget, Vygotsky, and Brunner refined how we view the learning. Developmental, social, and cultural contexts matter deeply.
Okay, moving on to section number 3. What foundations do you think, or well, what foundations um, are important for constructing pedagogical thoughts in your era?
In ancient Greece, philosophy was everything because education was a path to ethical living and civic engagement.
In my era, we viewed education as a salvation. Theological authority provides structure, solar custom formalized inquiry under the guidance of scripture.
Well, in the industrial era, our foundation was a function now to educate the masses. We created a formal system and teacher training and standardized instruction. It was about scalability.
Now, I think that it's more about equity, inclusion, and also critical reflection. Psychology, sociology, and cognitive science shape today's foundations.
All right then. For section number 4, let's talk about pedagogical thoughts and didactics. How did pedagogy, relate to teaching in your era?
In ancient Greece, teaching was dialogical and pedagogy and method were one. We didn't separate them.
In the Middle Age, I think we began to distinguish them. Teaching became more methodical, memorization and recitation were central.
Well, in the industrial era, hereby formally separated pedagogy from didactics. The teaching act was systematized, content, methods, and outcome.
Today, they are deeply intertwined. Pedagogical beliefs, drive didactic choices. If I believe learning is social, my method reflects that.
All right, let's move on now to a few rapid fire questions to end this podcast. All right, so the first question: how does epistemology shape pedagogical decisions?
Okay. I think it's foundational because if you believe knowledge is constructed, your classroom becomes interactive and reflective.
Well, in my area, we trusted what could be measured and observed. That shaped the way we designed learning.
Very good. The second question: which historical movement impacted us the most?
In my opinion, Socratic questioning still lives in modern classrooms.
I think the scholastic method shaped Western education for centuries.
But critical pedagogy and constructivism are the lenses. we use today.
All right, very, very good. And final thoughts. Is pedagogical thought evolving or are we just recycling, using old things in new eras?
Well, I think, in my opinion, it involves, and but all ideas often reappear in new forms.
And in my opinion, as the evolution is constant and very fast, we need adapting to the different eras.
Okay, everyone, that wraps our journey through pedagogical time for today. Thank you, everyone, who joins us. Thank you to Mrs. Posada, Mrs. Guillen, Dr. Turrubiate, and Father Mario for being here as our guests. We hope you have a wonderful day and see you in the next podcast. Bye.